Yeah, what up, people? What's good? How you doing, Mashiza Manega Madizu? Yeah, this is the common sense president in the building, the African wisdom. This is the African wisdom moment. For this evening, today I'm going to be talking about religious sentiments in social justice in Nigeria. Yeah, you see, when it comes to social justice in Nigeria, when someone does something that is not right, people like attaching religious sentiments to it. Yes, a lot. People like attaching religious sentiments to a lot of things in Nigeria. Just because someone is Muslim, or because someone is Christian, or someone is or that person is a pagan, usually determine if the person will be claimed to be right or to be wrong in a specific argument or in a specific issue or fight with between two people or more. It doesn't have to be physical. Yeah. And the reason is because I actually have been saying this a lot, but we usually and I realized that today in this video I want to say it how it is. I want to say the truth about what is actually happening. A lot of people who usually possess religious sentiment in their head, not everyone, not every Muslim hates Christian, and not every Christian hates Muslims, but a lot of people who have this religious sentiment in their head, even though we can't do without having them, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't talk about it so that as to reduce this kind of a thing in our society. I don't think, number one, let me talk about that of Christians. Christians in Nigeria, or let me say Christians with religious sentiments in Nigeria. Not all Christians actually have religious sentiments. I know of a lot of Christians who usually treat Muslims with respect, even with more respect more than their Christian brothers. Why? Because they want to avert the notion or that they have any hatred for them. Huh? They want to prove it, and they want to always show to the Muslim that we might be we might be serving God a different way, but we don't despise you and we don't expect you to despise us, and which is actually a good thing to me. We don't despise you because of different beliefs about God, or different ways of serving God. There are some mature Christians like that, but there are some crazy Christians. Who will always look for a way to hurt you because you're a Muslim. I once worked for an Igbo man like that who was a Christian, and if I passed through a lot of hell under him while I was working with him, simply because, and my only offense is that I'm a Muslim. Hmm? So even though there are other things like that, but I don't want to go into it, but it is majorly because I'm a Muslim. Hmm? The second thing was actually because I'm a Yoruba man, but I don't want to go into that because I've met some Igbo, some good Igbo people as well. I've met some as well, so I don't want to be going into a lot about that ethnicity, but about this religious aspect. The reason why I'm even going to be going into this religious aspect as well is because these religions were foreign religions. They were brought to us and we adopt them. Even though I'm a Muslim as well and I believe Islam is the way, you might believe Christianity is the way, that has nothing to do. But the point is that these things were brought to us and we accepted these things. Hmm? We shouldn't allow these things to divide us. We shouldn't. I don't think we that's the reasons and enough reason why we should be distinct, like deeply distinct away from each other, as far as we are not affecting each other with our religion, right? You are a Christian, you don't stop me from going to my mosque. I'm a Muslim, I don't stop you from going to your church. I don't think we should be having any issue. But there are a lot of crazy Christians who would do anything to hurt a Muslim around them just because he's a Muslim. Hmm? And that is really, really common to the religiously sentiment Christians. Yeah, religiously sentimental Christians. Of course, Christians possess these things more. I'm not going to lie to you. Hmm? But there are a lot of Christians as well who treat Muslim with respect. Even there are more of them, most especially in this southwest area. I'm not talking of in the south and the southeastern part of Nigeria where there are a lot of Christians. I lived in Benin for some time. I lived in Calabar for some time as well. I know how Muslims are treated. People who are at times treated like shit. But in this southwest where there is 55 45% of of Muslims and Christians, or let me say 50-50% of Muslims and Christians, we are able to accommodate each other. So we shouldn't be having, we should look for a way to eradicate that kind of a thing totally, or to the barest minimum level. So there are a lot of Christians who usually look for a way to hurt Muslims when they see someone is a Muslim in any social setting or in anything. That's number one. And we should do whatever we can to avert this. And the one that is usually peculiar to the Muslim is that I don't think Muslims don't usually look for a way to hurt Christians. Actually, I'm not trying to be sentimental here. I'm telling you the truth. But the only thing that they used to do that is not good is that they like extending their coast beyond their reach, or beyond their territory. Hmm? Wherever Muslims, wherever sentimental Muslims are, they at times usually extend their powers, or extend their connections, or let me say, extend their hands or their comfort to discomfort people, just because some others, because just because they are Christians. Of course, that is peculiar to the religiously sentimental Muslims as well. There are Muslims who don't care about whether you are a Muslim or you are a Christian or whatever. No one gives a shit. There are Muslims like that as well, but they are religiously sentimental. These things are on both sides. There are Muslims who are like that, there are Christians who are like that, but in most cases they are. I'm talking of in the southwestern part of Nigeria. I don't want to use the likes of the north and the south and the southeast as an example, because the north is dominated by the Christian, and the south and southeast are dominated by the Muslims. The same thing to the north central. North central, it's like a 70-30 thing, of 70 for Muslims. But in the south, this thing ranges like maybe 48 to 52%, or 50-50. So in that kind of case, we can actually make the comparison. And with this, I think we have to do well. Someone was reporting something on Facebook the other day, that even thing even happened. Was it not in Warri or somewhere around the southern part of the south, one of the south states in Nigeria? That's that some Muslims, they actually block the road just because they want to perform Jumat prayer. Not that they extend the line of salat, or the line of prayer, from inside the mosque to outside. That's usually happen, that when that the safu, how the safu, that line, that arrangement where people pair, or people line up shoulder to shoulder, toes to toes, while they are performing their prayer and salat, the Muslim prayer, which was 5 times daily, the one they usually do at usually 2 p.m. on Fridays, is you know that arrangement usually extend from inside the mosque to outside the mosque, and sometimes it might affect the road. And this can only be justified a little bit during festive periods, which is 2 times in a year. That is the Eid al-Kabir period and the Eid al-Fitr period. The first Eid and the second Eid. During the first Eid and the first Eid prayer, which is usually done after the completion of Ramadan fasting, and the one that they used to call Ilayah or Eid al-Kabir, which is the one that is usually known for killing of rams, which is just 2 days in a year. But what of the one that is being done 52 times in a year, which is the Friday Salat, blocking the road? Let's say if the arrangement actually extend from inside the mosque to outside, now that's a different case. But I'm talking of these people actually converging to block the road, this usually happens to Hausas most times, blocking the road. This usually happen in Sabo, in Ibadan. I think that's second or third gate of Adamasingba Stadium. I don't know whether I should call it the second or first, or the second or third gate. I don't know the number of the gates, but opposite one of the gates of Adamasingba Stadium, there is one Sabo there, and that Sabo on that road, that double lane road is not actually a main road, but it is double lane. It was divided into two. The point I'm trying to make in that is that on that road, Hausas will use their Bajaj, Boxer Bajaj bikes to block the road and converge majorly on the road to perform Jumat prayers. Who does that? Not that they will converge inside the mosque and the mosque is not enough for them, then they extend the arrangement or the line outside. No, they actually converge. The imam that was leading the prayer was standing under the sun in front of them on the road, blocking traffic. What kind of nonsense is that? Nonsense. I'm a Muslim too. God said we should worship him not at the expense of others, not at the expense of the comfort of others. Ladora, ladora. Don't discomfort people. Don't let people discomfort you. You see, and when this thing was posted on Facebook, people started going like, they are only serving God, they are only trying to, they are worshiping the true God. People are looking for every way to support these things. And anytime I go against them, they will be telling me, anytime I go against the Muslims that are trying to support this act, they will be telling me I'm not a good Muslim. Who tell you I'm not a good Muslim? You are the bad Muslim. Of course, you are the bad Muslim for supporting the wrong thing. Yes. Because even God is not supporting what you are doing. Most especially if you know that what you are doing is wrong and you go ahead to do it under the pretense or under the context that you're worshiping Allah. Even Allah wouldn't even accept that kind of prayer. Why? Because you are discomforting others when you already know. If you don't know now, yes. Or let's say if you don't know that it's an offense now. But you know it's an offense. You know this thing is discomforting people and you know Allah doesn't support any kind of discomfort whatsoever. So why should you do that? So I think we Nigerians have to do something about that. Religious sentiments, attaching religious sentiments to everything. You see someone doing something wrong and you are covering the person up just because he's participating or doing a religious act on that thing. Let me tell you, you can't. Two wrongs don't make a right. You can't worship God by doing the things that He has prohibited you not to do. He asked you not to discomfort others. So you can't worship God by discomforting others. Lie. That's it. If someone wage war against you while you are trying to worship God and you wage war against him back and you won, of course. Why? Because he waged war against you. You don't mean to kill him, but he actually intended to kill you first. That one is justified. But saying, okay, because he wants to do this, he wants to do that, he wants to extend the coast of Islam. No. I don't want to be going into that. That is too deep. But this I'm talking about blocking the road for Salat. On Eid al-Kabir, on Eid al-Fitr days, it is justified. But converging in the middle of the road to perform Jumat service, most especially in busy big cities like Ibadan. This is not a village. It is wrong. We have to do better. And when we see this kind of a thing, we should be courageous enough to condemn all these things. I have a picture that I'm going to attach to this. Or I might even post the picture on my channel. We have to do better, and we should be able to condemn all these things without attaching a lot of religious sentiments to it. Some other things happened about this Sentan shit. Like people were attaching a lot of sentiments to those things as well in Ibadan as well. But I don't want to go into all those things, and that one I made a video about that already. I don't want to go into that. But people are attaching too much religious sentiments to it. Yeah, it is this, is that, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. People are attaching too much religious sentiments to things that should be done accordingly. When we see this kind of things, we have to be courageous enough to condemn them. I took the one that happened at what's the name, at Sabo. I actually took a picture of it, and when that person posted a picture on Facebook that this kind of a thing happened to him, and I was telling people that no, this thing. Some people were saying, maybe they extended that, maybe they extended the arrangement from inside the mosque to to the road. Then I posted that picture that okay now I commented with that picture that okay now look at this. This actually happened in Sabo Ibadan. And on every Friday you can go there to confirm what I'm saying. It is wrong. It is not good. It's not good. It is wrong. We should be able to correct things without attaching religious sentiments to it. This is Nigeria. Even if it's not Nigeria, even if it is Oduduwa Republic, even though there's nothing like that, but let's say it's even in this southwest say. So do we want to say okay the Christians should leave the southwest for us because no. Don't do life is not like that. Huh? That is it. That's all I've got to say. That's all I've got to say. You have to be doing better. You have to do well.